Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta. Now I've been playing this for the past few days and have reached the level cap, which is rank 40, and I'm just going to give my thoughts on the game and what I think is good and what I think needs to change about this game. So I guess we'll start off with the gunplay. Overall, I think the gunplay is alright. It is a step down from Modern Warfare's gunplay though. The guns don't feel as satisfying to shoot in Cold War. They don't have that gritty feel to them like they do in MW. As far as gun balance, I haven't really noticed any weapons being too powerful. I didn't really notice any outliers that were too strong. I saw some people using the MP5 quite a bit. I really don't know why so many people are attracted to that gun, but whatever. There are a few tweaks I would make though. Number one, the snipers, they need some flinch on them. There were so many times where I would shoot someone like 3 times and then just get blooped by a sniper because there's no flinch. So I think snipers definitely need some flinch. I also feel like LMGs need a little bit more damage to them. I felt really disadvantaged using them just because of the lower mobility. They just felt kind of clunky to me. The best use for LMGs that I found was just shooting down anything that flies, which we will talk about later when we discuss score streaks. But my favorite weapon by far from the beta was the Spaz 12, and really shotguns in general. They're just so fun to use. I had so much fun just blasting people who try to jump shot and slide into me, and the death animation is pretty funny too. In terms of overall flow and gameplay, it feels much faster than Modern Warfare, a lot more action and a lot less running around trying to find people. Players actually move around the map much more confidently in this game. In objective modes more than Team Deathmatch though. In my opinion, TDMs still feel really slow paced on these maps, kind of similar to how Modern Warfare TDM played, and is the main reason why I completely avoid TDMs and non-objective based game modes in Modern Warfare. Which could be due to the maps, so we'll have to see when we hopefully get some smaller maps when the game releases. The created class system is much more similar to Modern Warfare than the Pick 10 system that we all fell in love with in Black Ops 2. Wildcards make a return along with the Gunsmith system for Modern Warfare. The Gunsmith overall I think is improved. You don't lose ADS speed just from adding a red dot sight to a weapon, which is great, but it feels less in depth than it does in Modern Warfare. It's kind of hard to judge this though because I'm sure in Modern Warfare's beta it was much more bare bones too. I can't remember what it was now. But I was hoping to see some like ammo conversions or things that would vastly change how the weapon performs. That was one of my favorite things about Modern Warfare system. But like I said, I don't think any of that was in the beta of Modern Warfare either, so it's kind of hard to judge this. I like the wildcard system as a concept, but I think there's a few flaws with a couple of the wildcards. Number one, perk greed I think is going to be the one that is used the most and is the meta, because that one allows you to have 2 of each perk, which means you can have Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, Ghost, Ninja, and whichever 2 perk 2s you want. You know, the second perk slot is really underwhelming in my opinion compared to the rest. I'm definitely happy that Ninja is back because sneaking up on someone only for them to turn around because they hear your footsteps is just beyond annoying. But I just feel that perk combo is a bit overpowered considering you don't even lose anything from having 6 perks. In previous games, if you wanted 6 perks, you literally had to run a combat knife or give up lethals and tacticals to do that. The second one I have a problem with is Lawbreaker. This one lets you run any 2 weapons you want in the game at any perk in any slot, so you could have 3 tier 3 perks for example, or you can run around with 2 pistols. That's not the thing that I have a problem with. The thing that I have a problem with is that shotguns are considered secondaries in this game. But the really annoying part about wanting to use a shotgun normally is that every time you spawn in, you have to switch weapons to use it. Or you can use Lawbreaker to make it a primary so you don't have to do that, but then you're essentially wasting a wildcard slot and being punished just because you want to use a shotgun as a primary. Just so I don't have to go through the hassle of every time I spawn in having to switch weapons. It just gets annoying after a while. Why do I have to punish myself further by using Lawbreaker just so I can use a shotgun in my primary slot? It's just stupid and I don't like it at all. And that's where the Pick 10 system was nice, because if you only wanted to run a secondary, then you would free up the primary slot, which gave you a bonus somewhere else in your class. I also hope that for the full game there are more wildcards than the ones we have now. I'm really hoping for more of everything, honestly. More weapons in the final game, more interesting attachments, more perks, more wildcards, just more content in general, which I don't think is too far of a stretch to ask. Now let's talk about another controversial topic in this game, the score streaks. Now, in this game, they have essentially converted them to participation streaks. They don't reset when you die, but they are harder to earn unless you do go on a streak. So it's like a hybrid system. And I really don't know how I feel about this. I almost like Modern Warfare 3's support streak system better, where you have the option to run your streaks like this, or you can run them the standard way if you want to. I don't know why they don't just give us the players the option to choose how you want our streaks to work. They always want to decide for us. I feel like this current system, and really the score streaks in general, need a lot of tuning and work. I've lost count of how many artillery strikes have been called in my time playing this game. It's almost worse than the UAV spam, honestly. You eventually get to a point in the match where everyone is just calling in artillery strikes back to back. It's like freaking World War II out here. As far as the strength of the streaks go, I've heard that the chopper gunner is good, but I've never actually seen nor used one, so I can't really give my opinion on that. But the other streaks, they just suck. If you want a no-fly zone, all you have to do is grab any gun you want, preferably an LMG, and then put the cavalry barrel on it so it boosts the damage against vehicles. And the attack helicopter is gone in literally half a mag, like it's made out of straight paper mache. All it does is sit up there and fart around until I eventually find it and shoot it down. And honestly, it takes longer for me to find the helicopter than it even lasts in the sky when I'm shooting at it. UAVs also get shot down in a matter of seconds too, which, you know, I really don't mind. It's a lower tier streak, it should get shot down pretty easily. The RCXD, I don't know what they did with it. For some reason, they made it handle like a freaking boat. It's an RC car that should have really snappy controls and movements, but my goodness, I can hardly control a thing when trying to turn it. Like, how did they have better RC car technology back in Vietnam and Black Ops 1? The artillery strike is definitely the most powerful streak in the game at the moment, no doubt about that. Simply because I can't shoot it down in seconds like I can with every other streak. Now let's transition into movements. Now, I thought that this game was going to be boots on the ground, not freaking booty on the ground. I mean, my goodness, for a COD game without advanced movement, I have seen a hell of a lot of advanced movement. Like, just look at what this guy does right here. Like, what even is this? It's like he's a freaking Olympic figure skater going for the double axle or something. The amount of sliding and bunny hopping in this game just makes me feel like I'm back in Advanced Warfare. The movement just looks so janky and weird, and then you combine that with the getting shot around corners and the hit detection being off, and it really messes with your experience. That's right, the hit detection is not on par with Modern Warfare. Say what you want about that game, but the hit detection and the netcode felt really good in that game. This game has a lot of inconsistencies with gunfights, a lot of shoot first, die first, you get shot around corners quite a bit, things happen on your screen that don't happen on the enemy screen, just classic COD problems, but please, for the love of God, tone down the sliding. Honestly, I would be fine with bringing back the dolphin dive. Sliding just seems like it adds so many problems to the game. And the last thing that I want to get into today is optimization. Now, I played the beta on PC with an i9 9900K processor and an RTX 2060 graphics card with 16 gigs of RAM, and with my same setup on Modern Warfare, I'm able to pretty much max out my settings except for ray tracing because that eats frames, and I get a good frame rate that stays over 115 most of the time. In Cold War, which graphically looks worse than Modern Warfare, I had to lower my textures to high, along with a couple of other settings as well, and I get frames that are kind of all over the place. 1 minute I'll be playing at around 115 FPS, and then in another area of the map it'll drop to like 80 or lower. So I think there's some optimization that needs to be done still. There really should be no reason why a game that looks worse also runs worse. But anyways, those are my thoughts on the Black Ops Cold War beta. Let me know what you guys thought about the beta in the comment section. Did you run into any major issues, and do you like the game? If you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, let me know if you guys want to see more COD videos on the channel, and as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.
5 minutes later.
Yes, GG's boys.
Tough. Fuck. Good game. That dude with the shotgun was annoying as fuck.
What is?
The dude with the shotgun was annoying.
Yeah, he was annoying.